Hey guys, why learn Python in 2021? So let's jump into an article I wrote and get right into it. So I hope you can see this. Let me just zoom in just a little bit. All right. So why learn Python in 2021? Python is consistently rated as one of the top 3 most popular programming languages in 2020. So I know you want to know what the future holds with Python. So I pulled out my nerd crystal ball and took a look into 2021, and this is what I saw. Python demand is only going to grow. So if you actually look at a lot of the language indexes, you'll see that Python is consistently in number 1 or number 2 spot. This has been the trend for quite a while now. And the reason for this is because of the data sciences field, the AI field, and just general programming. We're going to look at the top 3 reasons why Python is so popular now. So you get an idea of what is going on here and why it is going to continue in 2021, why it's a good language to learn. So why is Python so popular? Number 1, Python is really easy to learn. One of the things you learn after a couple of decades of writing code professionally, and I'm talking about myself here, is that a big part of a language's success is how easy it is to learn. And this just doesn't apply to programming languages, developer frameworks, libraries, and any other tools developers use to create software can often live or die about how hard they are to use. Python is one of the most approachable programming languages, so this helps with it to remain popular. So we just talk about that a little bit. Yeah, so, when you're looking at any technology that you're going to be using in your work, how easy it is to use is a key part of it, right? At the end of the day, all this tech is really here just to save us time and headaches for the most part. So Python is very easy to learn and it's really easy to learn because, first of all, it's easy to install. Click, you install Python, whether it be on Windows or Mac. It's really easy to install. That's a big component. If you look at other languages like Java as an example, when you install Java, you're going to install the class path and blah, blah. It becomes a little bit of a pain to configure. So languages, technology in general, it's easy to set up and configure is a big win. So when you're first learning how to program, you want to avoid having to do all kinds of fancy configurations if possible, because it can be pretty frustrating. So Python eliminates all that. Click, you install, you're done. And even on Mac OS, Python is actually installed by default, although it's an older version of Python, but nonetheless, it is there. Another reason why Python is so easy to learn is because the code itself, the Python code itself, just looks like English. It looks very easy to read. It doesn't just look easy to read, it is easy to read. It doesn't have funny symbols, etc., that you see in other languages. So it's pretty cool. And that again helps with its ease of learning. When you look at it, it's kind of friendly. So there are the 2 reasons. Let me jump into number 2. Number 2 of why Python is so popular. Python is very productive. To get a program working with Python requires relatively little code compared to many other languages. I always teach young developers that speed of write time, and I'll get into this in a second, right here, speed of write time is almost always more important than speed of run time. So let me explain what that is. Suppose speed of runtime is how fast the code actually runs. How fast does it process? Now, Python isn't the fastest at runtime, but that is becoming less and less and less of an issue. And these days, in 2020, and especially in 2021, it's become a non-issue because processors on laptops and computers in general, even smartphones, are so fast that though Python runs slower than, say, Java or C++, especially, it doesn't matter because you won't see a difference when you actually are using the software in most situations. Not in all, but in most situations. So I mentioned speed of write time before. That's basically how fast you write the code can be written to get the job done. So for example, if I go back to my article here, this article is on blog.studioweb.com, by the way, if you want to take a look. Anyhow, what I say here, basically, if you can write software or an app with only 500 lines of Python versus say 5,000 lines of Java, that's pretty appealing. So yeah, the faster you can get an app out to get your program out, the better off you're going to be, because any experienced developer will tell you when it comes to writing software, especially commercial software, there's an iterative process, meaning you're going to be writing it and then getting revisions and making changes, getting revisions, making changes. That's why we have Windows 10 and iOS, I think it's 14 now, right? It's because we're always making revisions, additions, and so forth. So being able to write the code very quickly because the language is more efficient, like Python, versus say C++ in terms of write time, beats out the speed advantages you have in other languages like C++. For example, C++ will run circles around Python in terms of runtime speed when it's running. But again, like I said, in many, many, many applications, you'll never see that speed difference. It's because it's just, computers are so fast now. Okay, in C++ we'll get it done in 1/50 of a second, Python only 1/10 of a second, but you only see it's only 1/10 of a second in your life, so it doesn't make a difference, right? All right, so let's jump into the next point here. So again, to remind you why Python is so popular, and it's going to remain to be popular. Python is super, super versatile. Maybe Python's greatest strength is that you can do so many things with it. Python is widely used in data sciences, AI, ML, that's artificial intelligence, machine learning, web development, server automation, so much more. With Python, you can tackle so many types of programming, and this is very appealing to developers. In fact, you can even order pizza with Python. This is confirmed. So you can do all kinds of different things. And that's one of the reasons why people are gravitating to Python more and more and more, because you learn Python, you can jump into the web, you can jump into machine learning, you can jump into data sciences, you can order pizza, et cetera, et cetera. It's very valuable, especially when you're coding. It's very convenient to be able to order a pizza while coding. So this versatility in the Python programming language makes it much more appealing to people as well. So let me finish off my little article here. Because of the above reasons and others, Python is one of the 3 programming languages that I teach on Studio Web. And I was looking at about 15 languages when I started putting together the platform. And I chose Python. So if you're looking to code, you're teaching code as a teacher, you're looking to teach code, Python is probably the best choice as a first language for the reasons I mentioned here, and there's a lot of others, by the way. But what this all boils down to is that should you learn Python, or why should you learn Python in 2021? Yes, because its demand is only going to grow, and I don't see this changing any time soon. So before I let you go, I'm going to do a little shameless plug here. I just released a brand new Python training package and certification. So not only will you get training in an interactive, video-based, gamified learning environment, you also get the proper Studio Web certification. Certification is very different from a certificate of completion. With the certification exam here, you will literally be tested on a timer, randomized questions to become certified. By the way, besides the fact you're getting a really super deal right off the bat, I'm going to put a code just below this video, and in this code you will get, I'm recording this last day of November, you will get 50% off this package. So you can get trained in Python, interactively be able to do a full certification for peanuts. It's really, really affordable. So again, I'll end with my little shameless plug here to say that what makes my Studio Web Python course different from anything else out there is that it is not just video-based. Videos are good. and all the a lot of the training rather in my courses are video based. But the videos are just 1/3 of the equation for maximum learning. You need videos, you need quizzing and code challenges that are interactive, and of course you need that interactive software that gives you instant feedback, instant help. It's gamified, so you score points, you unlock lessons, etc. You level up your ability, and this is all tracked for you. This is very, very, very important. These three elements together, the video training, the quizzing, code challenges, and the interactivity, the instant help, and so forth, come together, and it's so effective. And you'll see when you do the course, or even you go to the page, I'll have the link below, you see all the ratings are just super stellar ratings. I'll just read one guy here just posted, I think it was yesterday. He's talking about my web stack course, but it's same thing with the Python. In the last 5 years, I've invested a lot of money on web development courses and boot camps. No course or workshop has ever helped me. I was even close to giving up, but I noticed Stefan on the internet. He's such a talented teacher. Stefan is one of the best web development trainers in the world. Well, hold on. Stefan is the best web development trainer in the world. I just had to point that out. Anyway, all right. Not only did I learn about web development, but I was also employed as a web developer in a digital agency. Stefan has changed my life live from Pakistan. So that's superb. I don't usually publish, but since this is a public Google rating, I figured it was okay to publish that testimonial. Anyway, there you go. Shameless plug over. Thanks for watching the video. I hope that helps you in your choice in terms of whether or not to learn Python for 2021. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.